With the boom in small cameras in the automotive industry comes a boom in vehicle dashcams. We've covered several examples in other videos, such as the great albeit expensive Roadhawk HD and the more compact Roadhawk 720. However, it was the iPixi WinyCam V200HD that won me over, a great all-round unit packing all of the quality features of its more expensive competitors but at a much cheaper price point. Here we have the flagship camera in the iPixi WinyCam range, a dual camera system enabling you to simultaneously record the front and rear of your vehicle in one neat overall package. Welcome to IFTI's Tech Corner, where today we're looking at the iPixi WinyCam V200HD. Having examined the iPixi WinyCam V200HD previously, I was left impressed with its quality, features and overall performance, especially at its low price point. It's a great solution for those looking for a single camera setup packing in all of the best features of its more expensive rivals. Here we have its big brother, the V200HD. This is the flagship camera in the iPixi WinyCam range, packing a variety of features into a neat overall solution. This unit incorporates a dual camera setup, meaning we can now record through the front and rear of the vehicle simultaneously. The package itself is customizable at time of ordering. I have the fully featured model here, so I'll highlight the differences as we go along. Under a quick user guide we have the main camera unit, which we'll take a closer look at in just a moment, along with a 32GB micro SD memory card and an SD card adapter. We can then remove this top tray and get further into the package to reveal the accessories. Included in the package we have a bracket for attaching the main camera unit to your windscreen with a quick release clip at one end and a strong adhesive pad at the other. The rear camera unit with a generously long micro USB cable to reach around the inside of the vehicle. Again, we'll take a closer look at this unit shortly. A standard vehicle power cable, again with another generously long cable. Some cable tidy clips with an adhesive backing for routing your power cable around the windscreen. And finally a GPS module, which is an optional accessory. You can purchase the unit without this GPS module if you'd prefer, although you lose the ability to view location data on Google Maps during playback in the WinyCam software. Overall, we have a pretty comprehensive package with everything we need to make full use of the device. The main front camera unit houses a 2-megapixel sensor with an extra wide lens to capture a wider field of view, giving it the ability to capture footage at a full 1080p HD resolution. We also have a security LED just under the lens, which hopefully won't interfere with the recorded image, but we'll check for that later. On one side of the device we have a memory card slot where we can insert the micro SD card included in the package. Bear in mind that although I have a 32GB card here, the package can be customized with a 16GB card instead should you prefer. The opposite side and bottom of the unit are free from any features or functions, which brings us onto the rear, where the user will have the most interaction. Here we have a nice, large 3-inch touch-sensitive LCD display. On one side of the display we have several LEDs indicating power, record and GPS status. Beneath these we have a built-in microphone. On the opposite side we have the one button on the entire device, used for capturing events and protecting portions of your recorded video. Finally, the top of the device houses all connectivity ports. We have a TV out port for connecting directly to a TV display within your vehicle, and a micro USB port, which is where the rear camera will connect into. In the center we have a section for the windscreen connection clip, which easily clips on and off the main body, meaning we can easily remove the unit from the vehicle if need be. Next to this we have a power port as well as a GPS input. Finally we have the rear camera. Also sporting a 2-megapixel sensor, the camera itself is hinged so it can be adjusted to point in the correct direction after it's been installed. Other than the single mini USB connection port on the opposite side of the unit, the rear camera is pretty compact and can remain hidden in your vehicle after installation. Installation itself is a pretty straightforward affair. We start with the front camera unit. Ensure the micro SD memory card is installed and attach the unit to the supplied windscreen bracket, after which we remove the backing sticker and attach to the top center of the windscreen where you will get the best view of the road ahead. It's easy to make small adjustments to the camera unit at any time thanks to the ball joint. Simply move to the desired location and tighten up the joint. Also note that it's very easy to remove the entire unit from the mount thanks to the easy to use clip. Once securely attached to the windscreen, connect the power cable to the correct port on the unit and plug the other end securely into your vehicle power socket. Installing the rear camera unit is just as simple. Remove the protective backing from the adhesive pad and place the camera unit higher and center on your rear window. Remember to use the knob on the side of the unit to rotate the lens. Note that there is a handy arrow on the knob indicating the direction the lens is pointing towards. Finally, connect the mini USB cable to the side of the rear camera unit and using the generous cable length provided, route this around the vehicle to the front unit, where it securely plugs into the top. If you decided to purchase the full kit with the optional GPS module, simply remove the backing sticker and attach the module high up on your windscreen, after which it can connect neatly into the top of the main camera unit. As it stands, the system is ready to be used with default settings. Simply turn your ignition to apply power to the device and it will automatically boot and begin recording. The LEDs clearly indicate its status and we also receive spoken confirmation of any important information. As with many dash cams, WinyCam do provide viewer and configuration software that can be used to change many settings and features, although thanks to the touch-sensitive display, with this unit we can actually set almost all options on the unit itself, without any need for the software at this point. With the device powered, we simply touch the screen to receive a mini menu. Here we have a shortcut for turning off audio recording, very handy for when you're in a private conversation for example. We also have a button for entering the main menu. The menu structure is well laid out and very easy to use. I would personally advise you to go through each menu option and change any settings to what you require. It's very straightforward, so I won't go into them into too much depth here, but at a bare minimum, I would advise users to enter the other menu in order to format your micro SD card before use. And to make sure you set the correct time and date, since these will be stamped onto your recorded video. With regards to the recording settings, the default settings are generally all set to high anyway, so other than going through them for a quick check, you may not need to change too much. Apologies in advance for the awful glare here, but it should give you a general idea of what to expect anyway. Nevertheless, during my time of testing, I found the unit to be completely foolproof. Left alone, the system will continue to record in the background, and once the card fills up, it will simply loop, meaning it will overwrite the oldest data first, so always keeping the newest recordings on the card. If at any point you wish to manually protect a portion of the footage so it can't be overwritten, simply press the large button on the rear of the unit to save what's called an event. This will save that portion of the video permanently. In addition, if the unit senses any sudden jolts, harsh braking or an impact, the G-force sensor will trigger and automatically save an event without you needing to even press the button. If hardwired into the vehicle's own power supply, the camera will use its motion sensor to record in park mode, meaning it will record a video clip if it senses any motion. Note that if the rear camera becomes disconnected at any time, the front unit will provide an audible warning. There are several ways in which users are able to play back recorded footage. Of course, users are able to insert the micro SD card into a computer and simply launch the standard MP4 files to view back any recorded footage. Although in order to get the most complete details, users will need to install the freely available WinyCam Viewer software, which not only shows your recorded footage, but also shows your position accurately pinpointed on Google Maps with the help of the GPS module, as well as speed data and G-forces the unit was subject to. All very useful for any insurance purposes. Alternatively, with the high-resolution 3-inch touch-sensitive display, we are able to play back recorded footage instantly. By entering the playback menu, we are given a list of all normal recordings as well as events and motion recordings. Simply hit any clip to begin playback. The played back video is sharp thanks to the vivid and vibrant high-resolution screen. We are presented with some basic controls along the bottom to navigate through the video, as well as a button to switch instantly between the front and rear camera. It all plays wonderfully well and I've had no issues with the playback whatsoever. Sharp and sleek, it offers a great way of viewing footage on the go from either the front or rear camera. Note, however, the 30 frames per second recording is split between 20 to the front and 10 frames per second to the rear camera. This means footage is not silky smooth whether it's played back on the computer or the camera screen itself. Nevertheless, it's still of a very good quality as long as you have plenty of light. Regardless of the lower frame rate, as we can see from this example, it's certainly more than usable. In fact, after watching a few clips, the smoothness almost becomes a non-issue. Being iPixi's flagship model, the unit comes well packaged and well thought out. Although configurable somewhat, I would personally recommend the top-end model with the GPS antenna as well as the larger memory card. Both are very useful additions to an overall great system. Installation was a breeze, setup was just as easy, and the unit as a whole was completely foolproof, very easy to use and maintain. The beauty of this system over all others is the dual camera setup, giving users the ability to instantly view footage from either the front or rear camera directly off their fantastic quality touch-sensitive LCD screen is also refreshingly simple. Being very critical, I would have liked to have seen some smoother playback with higher frames per second rates rather than a 20-10 split between cameras, although the system is still more than usable, and I can see this improving over time as iPixi develop this fantastic unit even further. As it stands though, the video is still relatively smooth and most will be very happy with both the quality and the sharpness. I've been through and reviewed several in-car dash camera systems over the past year or two, and they do get better as technology advances. This system here is my personal favourite to date. Coupled with great support and a 1-year manufacturer warranty, it's one of the few dual camera units that actually outperforms in almost all aspects, and I would certainly not hesitate to give the iPixi WinyCam V200HD my full recommendation.